Hello, happy Friday. Thank you for joining me today. Hope your day is off to a great start. I wanted to talk to you guys about how it's not about motivation if you're trying to make a change. It is about what I'm about to share with you. If you're here live, send me a message or comment below so I can say hello either during this broadcast or afterwards. I can shoot you a message. And if you are watching this replay, let me know that too. I always love to get in contact with the people that are supporting me, who resonate with the story or the messaging that I'm sharing. It's important to me. I am a health coach. I am on a health journey myself, currently down about 45 pounds and working on that last little bit. So I love what I do, and I just love if I share something and it helps one person. That is all that matters to me. So hello, welcome. I wanted to share with you something that I have found on my journey to be absolutely true. I have in the past kind of waned and waxed with my motivation. And something that I learned about a year ago that really kind of stuck with me was that motivation is a feeling. It comes and it goes. Last week, I shared about how you should stop using the F word, complacency. Everything is fine. That's the F word I'm referring to for those of you that are thinking it's another word. I use that one too, but I'm referring to fine. Talked about that last week. Today, I wanted to talk about getting into action and staying in consistency, because that is what matters. Consistency requires action. Motivation, it comes and goes. You could have it one day and not have it the next, or have it one moment, not have it the next. And that's why it's important to have the consistency to build habits. So I wanted to share something with you that I have found. When I'm talking about consistency, I want you to think about a rocket. When we are a lot of times beginning something new, or if you're like me and you're on a health journey, you're trying to find that kind of to kind of get you into action. Think about a rocket ship. When is the most amount of energy required for that rocket ship to take off? It's in the beginning, right? Just like when we're forming a new habit and we're trying to do something consistently day in and day out, it requires the most energy in the initial part, the first part. So I want you to think about that. If you're starting something new, I want you to remind yourself it's going to be tough in the beginning, but the more that you do that consistently, it's going to just help propel you. Because when you think about a rocket, all that energy builds up, pushes it into the atmosphere. It still is burning a lot of energy and fuel. And then when it gets into outer space, it is like smooth sailing or coasting or gliding, whatever the case may be. Think about that. That's the way our habits work. It takes a lot of effort up front and in the beginning. But then, whoa, once you're into it and you've got some time under your belt, you're set. You're golden. So just remember that, my friend. Think about that rocket. Consistency is just the same. And you may have some difficulties in the beginning, but keep on going. Just think about that pie in the sky, but what's coming. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. Depends on the habit that you're building, but it could be as short as a couple of weeks, a week. Could be as long as 30 days. It just depends on what that is. So I wanted to offer some tips if you're trying to build consistency. For myself, it's in my health journey. That's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. This could apply for relationships. This could apply for work. It could apply for parenting, whatever it is. But these are the tips that I wanted to share. So the first thing is, you need to start small. We do not eat the elephant all at once. Got to take it bite by bite. So choose one part of what it is that you're working towards and make sure that it's small and that it's doable. For me, it was picking. I pick and pick and pick at food throughout the day. And it's not things that I really enjoy. It's kind of mindless. So for me, that's where I wanted to start. It was something small and attainable. So for today, what I've done is in the past, I set a goal for myself where I said, okay, I'm going to start small. Between now and I get up and noon, I am not going to pick or eat anything that is off plan. That's my goal. I do that for a couple of days. I get consistent at it. For that time frame, it's small, it's measurable, right? Once I'm able to do that for a few days, then I might stretch that time out. So now instead of going from wake up until noon, I might go wake up till 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which is the time that is the toughest for myself. I didn't start with that because I'm trying to create and to acquire some wins. Don't start with the hardest part. Start with what you know you can do consistently. For me, it was that morning time. I'm busy. I'm walking the dog. I'm distracted. Super easy. I wanted to build those wins, and I was like, hey, I can do this. And then I stretched it out. But as time goes on, then you can stretch it out. For me, I ended up doing the full day. I pushed it to the afternoon, then to dinner time, and then until bedtime. And before I knew it, this is probably over the course of a couple of weeks, I had that habit built in and that consistency built in to think, okay, I was able to do this. And it built me up. It gave me that confidence and allowed me to move on to the next thing. And that was eating, making sure that I was eating properly for my Lean and Green, for my program. So start small. Pick something that you know you can build upon. I would encourage you not to be very vague. Don't just say, I'm going to eat well. That's not specific enough. It's got to be something that's measurable. It's got to be something that you can look back over your day when you're laying your head on the pillow and say, I won this day. I won this task that I put forth to myself. It needs to be something that's measurable, and just kind of keep drilling down and asking what that is and how to kind of, get that more specific. Okay. Again, this can work for anything. It can be for eating. It can be exercise, whatever your goal is. If you want some ideas, feel free to message me. I love to help people. And if you're struggling with how to get started, I'm not the expert, but I've helped so many clients and I have experienced it myself. And I would love to offer you some help if you need that. The second thing you need innovation, my friends. I think everybody out there is consistent. Are you doing things consistently that are helping you where you want to go? Or are you practicing consistency in those bad habits? Either way, congratulations, you're consistent. What are you consistent in? Is that helping you? So innovation comes in where we don't want to be doing the things that we're doing every time. If it's not new, you're not going to make changes. Pretty simple, right? It's got to be something different. For me, it was not allowing any picks or nibbles or tastes of anything. That was my innovation, because prior to that, my consistency had been taking a lick of peanut butter when I'm making the sandwiches in the morning, or grabbing a chip here because it's just one chip, right? No, wrong. That was how I needed to change that. That was my innovation. The third thing, you've got to create change. And in order to do that, I'm going to ask you to check your attitude. For me, I had to check my attitude because in the past, before I became a health coach and before I started a program, I loved to live in the drama triangle. I talked about that a while back, and I'm all about that. Are you trying to play the victim? For me, are you trying to play the hero? That is a part of the drama triangle, believe it or not. If you're trying to be a hero and save everyone and everything and save yourself, that's not where you want to be. You want to be in the empowerment triangle where you are in control of every emotion, in control of every choice. That's where we want to live. And so for me, I was often living in the drama triangle where a lot of judgment comes out of that. A lot of times I would say, well, I blew it. I picked here and there, or I had something that was off plan and I threw the day away. That's judgment. We don't need that. That doesn't help us. Or I screwed up. That's another part of the language that would fall into that category. Or if you're assigning blame or guilt to any of your actions, that again is releasing you of your power in it, and that can keep you from staying consistent. So be careful about that. You're using the word bad or good. All of that has a judgment attached to it. And the biggest thing I get from my clients a lot of times, and they know this, when they say the C word, I go crazy. It's cheating. No, When we cheat, that takes the power away from us. You're not cheating if you're on a health journey and a nutrition journey. That's not cheating. Everything that you eat, that you put in your mouth, is a choice. And there's such a relief when you look at it that way because there's no guilt attached to it. It just is, right? You are in control of that. And if you're in control of eating that hamburger or that handful of French fries, guess what you're also in control of? Making the next best choice. So again, how is your attitude with that? If you want to create change, accept your mistakes. Go ahead and go into it and say, I'm not going to be perfect. I am not perfect. I'm the first to tell you that. I have struggles along my journey, and that's why I'm sharing this with you, because if something comes out of my struggle to help you, I am all for it. I'm all for it. So accept your mistakes. Always pursue change. Always look for the opportunity of growth. What can you learn from it? And move on. And again, always choose. It's always a choice. So look at it that way. Are you creating change or are you creating judgment? Look at it that way. Number 4, this is a big one. Stop, challenge, choose. Don't just mindlessly go through your day. Do not just, for me, before I knew it, I had stuffed a handful of whatever into my mouth, and then I was playing into that guilt again. But if I stop myself and even if I have like one of those, I stop and I consciously make a choice. I sit with it for a minute. It's okay. It's okay. We are in such a rushed society now where everything has to be done. Our attention spans are this big. And it's kind of hard for us to stop and challenge and choose. But do that. If you find yourself going down that feeling, for me now, I recognize that feeling. I challenge myself. I stop myself. And I make the next best choice. So that's something else that you can try. Okay. It takes lots of practice. So give yourself some grace. But stop. Challenge yourself. Is this what I really, really want? And then make the best choice. Again, you are in control, okay? And then finally, the last bit of information or tip I wanted to share with you is accept every moment as a chance to choose and to change. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for Monday. And don't wait for the holiday celebration or whatever to begin. Even if you're going out and celebrating tonight, you can make good choices right now today to make you go into that celebration a little bit more empowered, a little bit more on the right path to consistency, if you will. And that's going to help you with your confidence. You can do this, and I am here to cheer you on every step of the way, my friends. So thank you so much for joining me. Remember, it is not about motivation. It's just about building that consistency. If you would like to know more, if you would like to message me, I'd love to hear from you. I hope you have a fantastic Friday, and share with me how you're working on your consistency. What is it that you're hoping to change? I'd love to hear your ideas. Hope you guys are well. Take care and have a wonderful weekend.